Hey guys, welcome back to Morning Mountain. I'm going to be hopefully starting to post a lot more in the next couple weeks. I have a couple videos that I'm actually working on. I'm going to get those posted. I'm not sure when this one's going to fall into the mix, but we'll see. Basically, this video today is just kind of like, I don't know, not me venting, but me kind of like, I guess, trying to explain to any workers or anybody out there that might be listening to this video, kind of on how when you're in a situation with CPS or with the police or with anybody like that, kind of if anybody acts angry or anything, kind of like where it comes from. Because, you know, when I was taking a bunch of my sociology classes, it kind of taught us how to profile people. And I don't believe in profiling. I think it's a really wrong thing to do. And I think that everybody is different. And just because statistically 1 out of 10 random darn people in LA area in a certain neighborhood do things for this reason doesn't mean everybody does. And I know it's a consensus, but the consensuses run the gambit. They run all over. You know what I mean? They basically dictate to social workers how to treat people and police how to treat people and things like that. And so basically, I just kind of wanted to touch base for a second on the anger aspect. Okay, sorry. Now, I've been told a lot throughout this whole thing that, you know, that we're emotional or we're angry or take it down or don't get so angry, you know, try and be unemotional and this, that, and the other. Okay. I mean, think objectively about this, okay? If you're a social worker, if you work for CPS, or you're a police officer or whatever, okay? Look at it from our point of view. And I know you get this because you are human beings. You totally get it. I understand that maybe a lot of you are not fans of confrontation. I am not either. But when you're in that profession, you're going to have to get used to confrontation, so you're going to have to deal with it. So either suck it up, buttercup, or get a different job. But profiling people is not okay. And not understanding why people are mad is not okay. Take CPS, for instance, and I'm not even saying my own case. I'm just saying any case, right? I want to liken this, and I'm not comparing people losing their kids to someone stealing a car. Okay, I'm really not. But it's just like the anger aspect of it, okay? If you had this beautiful car that you put like years into restoring and it was gorgeous and you put all this time and effort and everything and you really loved the car and someone stole it. Just walked up. You were maybe parked a way they didn't like, or the paint job wasn't what they would want, or you didn't put high octane fuel in it or whatever, right? So they said, I'm going to take it because you didn't take care of it the way I would have taken care of it, so I'm going to take it. Would you just stand there and say, here's the keys, bye? Or would you run down the street screaming, my car, my car, my car, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker, my car? And that's over a car. So you're taking people's kids. I'll cut that out. You're taking people's kids, okay? It's not an inanimate object. It's not the car. It's someone burst out of their body. Sometimes people almost died having these children. Sometimes men are raising their kids when their mothers did die. And this is all they have left of their wives or their girlfriends or whatever. And you're ripping them away. Sometimes for good cause and sometimes, honestly, not. And sometimes even though you think it's a good cause. But what if it's not? It's just your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you walk into someone's house, right? As a social worker. The house is filthy. The floor has cigarette butts all over it. It's disgusting. I mean, it's kind of gross. You go in the kid's room, there's food under the bed. I mean, it's really gross, and it's like, ugh. And the kid is not really showered or anything, or it doesn't look showered. Kid's dirty, you just got home from school, whatever, okay? What are you going to do? You're going to be like, oh my God, neglect, take the kid, whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 90% probably would. And then they would find out later that the mom works 3 jobs trying to support this kid and is home literally 5 hours a day. And during those 5 hours, she spends every single second with her son, teaching him how to read, write, everything important, teaching him how to be a good man, getting him in the shower in the morning. He just gets really filthy in the afternoon because he had to play sports. Tells him to clean his room constantly, but he just doesn't. You know, doesn't have the time, whatever, he's a teenager. She doesn't have time to clean or the money to hire a maid. But she's a really good mom and she supports her kid and she loves him. What's better? Ripping the kid out of the house because you think it's neglectful, making the mom lose her jobs because she has to go to all these services and all these classes, and then still not giving her kid back, traumatizing the kid, freaking the kid out, ruining the kid's life because he's probably not going to be able to do the sports he was in, right? And ruining because you think the house isn't clean enough. I mean, there's got to be, you know what's crazy is I say there's got to be some boundaries, but there is. There's boundaries written in the laws and they don't pay attention. It's like, it says right in the California Constitution, or in the California Code, the Welfare Institutions Code, this is not to supersede constitutional, state constitutional or federal constitutional law. Okay? Y'all can't read. And it says in there, do everything you can before you remove a kid. Don't just walk in with people who never had a case, nothing, and go, oh, I don't like this. Woo! No bruises on the kids, no drunk parents, nothing. Just, I don't like what's happening right this second because I don't, so I'm going to take it. Where is the moral and value system here, people? And so my point is that, like, I don't want anybody to have a misconception of me. Not the lawyers, not the judge, not the social workers, nothing. Don't have a misconception of me because I'm angry that you took my kids. Or I'm angry because you took my car. Or I'm angry because, whatever the case may be. Don't sit there and judge me because of that. Ask me. Say, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Yeah, I understand we took your kids and that's angering. I get that. I would be angry too. But I really do want to try and help you, so can we work this out? Don't just be like, oh my God, you're angry, and go to court and say, they're non-cooperative, they're angry. Wouldn't you be? I mean, put yourself in your shoes. I mean, geez, Christmas. I am a social worker. Well, I'm not a social worker, I'm a sociologist. So, getting this education while this is all happening. And this is what's angering me, is that they say in the paperwork that we've done nothing to mitigate the situation for why they were taken. We've been in a stable home for a year, a beautiful, brand new home in a very nice area of California. We make decent income. We don't argue or fight anymore. We haven't had any incidents in over a year and a half, or over a year. We don't do drugs. We never did. We've paid for out of pocket all the services they wanted us to do, and we've provided evidence of that. Other education. What else do you want someone to do? But at every visit, depicted we love our kids, but we're angry and we want this to go away. We want the kids to come home, but that's the reason to keep them? Wouldn't you be angry? People aren't drones. Just because they teach you that in CPS college doesn't mean it's true. I just want everybody to think about that. Think about why we're against that system. Think about why this is happening before you judge. And you never know what's happening in someone's life. You don't know. Have a heart, have some compassion, and just maybe actually start helping kids instead of hurting them. Sound off down below. I'm actually interested in hearing y'all's opinion on this one. Please no negativity, no derogatory comments, nothing like that. I will delete those. But yeah, let's talk about this. See how we can change things, man. See ya. Oh, and subscribe, like, and share, blah, 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 all that stuff. All proceeds that I ever make out of this channel will go to helping families that are going through this get proper litigation, proper, lawyer representation, because it's a joke in the system, and help with, services, cost of transportation, housing, things like that. I really want to try and make some kind of difference. Another portion of the proceeds will go towards me researching and maybe starting something a little better. Instead of going into that home that's filthy and taking the kid, How about we hire a maid? See ya.